thirsty warrior, you know, in the room sitting there slashing at people. But they think twice about that snake talker, that snake charmer, that guy who's able just to fucking, just like, maneuver, fucking play. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, but in all fairness, right? That person, he could talk in your ear, and a person like you would go like, "This person can't manipulate."
I guess
shut the fuck up.
I guess more
but
so.
the guy that's in the room slashing, he's an immediate threat.
I guess more so is like I'm definitely unsure about believing anyone's certainty. You know, like, to me, like nothing's certain at any given point. You know, like there aren't things I can just say.
Yeah, of course.
This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Like this maybe is a dog, but that's like that's a dog, but it's fish.
Right?
You know,
we've got to have our beliefs.
Oh, 100%. You know,
thoughts,
yeah.
Right? So like for me, I think if you remove all that, I think sometimes like, well, I'm really thinking about it right now, right? Because of how much me and you just talked about. We don't do that thing because of what would come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, it's like, here we are. We're like, we don't believe in God, right? We don't believe in your Christian God. We don't believe in Allah, right? Yeah. But yet we both are sitting here like, oh, if you do something bad, that's coming back for you. Right, like eventually it'll come, or if you didn't get the warning, then eventually you'll get a punishment.
And that's where.
Well, what if I remove that, Steve? Let's just think for a second. Just think about how much that would change your mind. Just remove that for a second of thinking like.
Just removing what karma?
Just whatever that is, bro. Right, I told you I opened that cabinet. Right, I bent down to get something. I got up. That was this close to my head. Right, I didn't need to feel the punishment. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I felt it. I felt the warning. Next time I'll make sure that cabinet's closed.
Yeah.
Right? You go past the speed camera, it didn't catch you that time. Next time I'll make sure I'm going slower.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like you're thinking that something let you get away with one. Right? And that you learned your lesson now. But yet here at the same time we're saying we don't believe in none of your gods, right? But we can't confirm anything with the universe except for like radio signals and energy waves. Like that's what we're basically basing this off of.
Well,
and you're thinking that like something is like going to deliver a consequence here on this rock you're spinning on in a galaxy that nothing else inhabits. You know, like it is pretty crazy of us to be like so sure of that too.
Yeah, and I remember
we've got this figured out because we don't believe in your God.
That's the thing, you know. Well, we talked about before. I remember, you know, we were saying, we were like, you know, well, hopefully that is actually the way of the universe. Otherwise, you may just be getting shortchanged by fucking evil dudes left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he'll get his. Oh, he'll get his.
And
he'll get his.
Comes. He's a king. Fucks mad bitches.
Yeah, but like neither of us live like our life on like, hey, like you're saying, like we don't do those things because of karma. Like we don't do those evil things not because of karma. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like we're prevented from stealing because we believe in karma.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
There is levels to it though. Like no, not stealing, but like I don't go kill. I don't know what you can say on YouTube, bro. But like I don't go kill Nancy Pelosi because of karma, right? I do it because of jail sentences.
What would be your karma?
I was thinking it'd be good karma. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I don't think death necessarily means bad karma, bro. There's plenty of kings that probably deserve to die.
Yeah, it's true.
We say rapists deserve to die, murderers deserve to die. We've got a lot of people that deserve to die. We all agree on.
That's very true.
It's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you don't do it because it's unlawful to give you a life in prison.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm coming for you, Nancy.
He's on a watch list now.
You kick my door in.
Yeah, no, I mean like that. I mean, there's definitely things that are like I mean there's killing and for goodness sake. There's things for goodness sake. You know what I'm saying? Like you kill the evil leader, you kill him.
Congress that people wouldn't be like, okay, you know what I mean? I can see why I did it.
Well, is that because they all had a little bad karma?
Bernie. I mean, even Bernie, you'd be like, even if I killed him, people would probably be like, he probably did.
That's what would hurt me the most is like, because like you, that is like your last bastion of like, nothing's come out that he's done anything crazy. Like we don't know about anything too insane. Like, you know, but like if it comes out, it's like, dude, you were our last fucking hope. We got to throw this whole thing away. We got to throw everything away.
I think Bernie's dirty. I wasn't.
You clink on it. I just hope that there's someone out there.
Like that.
You hope there's someone
like
there.
Use the best of like what they're giving you if you're gonna choose.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I feel like I've told you before. Like, I think if you've reached a Congress, suck the dick.
Especially for so long. Oh yeah.
Especially for so long.
Yeah.
You're still
Yeah, it's
sucking
tough
dick.
to. That's what I'm saying. Like
Bro,
you
Biden never literally did one thing, bro.
Wait, look.
Biden never did nothing in his life, and he never did nothing
Look,
in Congress,
well,
bro. And he's the president.
We'd be naive to say one of the 280 whatever there is isn't fucking dirty, or it haven't done something, or it didn't have any dirt on him. Like we'd be stupid. All of them else do, but not this one.
Right, exactly.
Same thing with a socio. Like, we're all so quick to jump in her basket, but really you really just don't know. You don't know the people that they parade around on the TV, the people that they parade around in the elections. You really never fucking know. It's like when he was talking earlier, when you're talking about you're supporting this streamer. The whole time he could be beating his wife. He could be a rapist. Like you really don't know behind those curtains who these people really are. We don't know any of these people on any type of personal level. You don't know most people you work with on a personal level to even make cash judgments about them. But you want to sit here and say that one particular individual is good. Like I said, I think a lot of people were hoping for Bernie just because it was just it seemed like the best one out of all these motherfuckers, and what he was saying aligned with you guys. I really wanted it to be true, but you just ultimately cannot predict those things about people. People are so unpredictable. The things that people will hide and do, it's kind of like it's just self-preserving. You're worried about your own survival. You'll do anything to thrive within your current scenario, whether that be doing good or evil, to then continue on doing that without putting the heat on you. You will continue to move in that secrecy and make sure things don't get out, just to continue living your current lifestyle and do people.
Well, here's the thing, right? Think about with Bernie. Even when it comes out of secrecy and it comes into public fucking light and public knowledge, we get to the point where the WikiLeaks come twice to show that it's conspired against Bernie. They gave him less. These are directly from Hillary Clinton, who's running for president. They show that they gave him less publishing time. The DNC rigged it against him to try to give him less likes, less views, take away campaign donations, every single thing. And what did Bernie do? He just took the dick right in his ass. And then what did Bernie do? He just took the dick right in his ass and didn't say a fucking thing. Just kneeled down twice let it rig him against him. And he didn't go out there and say, you know what, these are the dirty, corrupt motherfuckers. No, he wanted to secure his ass just like every other motherfucker in there. He's not going to talk and say, well, here you go. I told you they rigged it against me, because then he's going to be thrown in a bus. And who the fuck knows what they got on him and his family? Not to mention the motherfucker's got 4 homes, 4 motherfucking mansions from what I see. I'm not acting like he's the best, man. Yeah, we are. We're fans. We are fans. But to say he's not rich, he's a fucking millionaire. They're all millionaires on $160,000 salaries. How are they millionaires? They clearly got fucking issues in there. Bernie didn't say a fucking thing when they fucked him, bro. He didn't. Show me the fucking post. Show me the tweet. Show me the comment where Bernie commented on WikiLeaks about that DNC rigging it against him. He didn't say a fucking thing, bro. Why? Because if he said something, they would have reneged all of that shit, bro. They would have made sure he got out of there. They would have put a sexual assault allegation on him. They would have made sure he was outvoted, rigged the votes, whatever they had to do. You think they're willing to give you things that kill you, right? They're willing to approve medicines that have side effects that will kill you, but they won't count a vote wrong? They won't rig an election? Bro, you guys want to act like these people are so crazy to think that that last election was rigged. That's so far right. No, motherfucker, every election is rigged. Every election. I don't know how the fuck you... I do not care, bro. I do not care what no one says. I know damn well there's no way you can tell me every vote gets counted on CNN during that vote. There is no way, bro. So we believe they're rigging everything else in the fucking world. Not only in America. We believe America's rigging shit in other countries. Mm-hmm. But they're not rigging your vote?
This is the thing.
Asinine, bro.
And people will call you crazy, but this is the biggest problem when it comes to the government. You need to be skeptical. You have to absolutely question every single fucking thing. Because if not, well, look what you got going on now. You ask anyone, every single one person would agree it's fucking corrupt. It's not weighted toward us. It's just not how it works. People would admit the media lies, the media manipulates. People will say shit about big banks, mortgages, housing, the government. Like, we all seem to have the same general consensus about this shit. We can't all agree on what the actual truth is, but what we do, something's funky. Something's funky. It's all in our fucking guts.
But go vote.
Something's funky. That's how you change things. You change things by go voting. You don't have a voice. You got to go vote. Come on. To me, the things I look at, like, I think they slip up sometimes. You look at, 2000 election, Al Gore, George W. Bush, Florida miscounting. They fucking up? What's going on there? I mean, like, come on.
It's a long chain that would have to be connected, right, for these things to be
It
done.
would take so much for you. So much for any one single person.
Did you see that? Did you see that thing I sent you about them Chinese?
Yeah, the spies.
Did you read that?
Yeah. That shit was.
How far they're willing to go,
Yes,
right?
bro. Yes.
And what you think? We're not willing to go
Bro,
farther in our own country?
You know the show The Americans?
Yeah.
That was a real thing the Russians did. That was a real fucking thing they fucking did.
The Russians are compared to what China's doing?
Bro, they're all doing some crazy fucking shit out here.
That was described in that article, that was some real low-key shit, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, they're targeting like the lowest of the lowest personnel with that information, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then threatening them, trying to get them extradited, threatening their families and shit. And these are supposed to be foreign exchange students and government spokespersons and shit that are trying to bribe FBI agents, bro.
Mm-hmm.
13 people, only 2 of which they caught. 11 they said they'll never see a courtroom.
And I mean, like, that's it just makes me think about, what happened with, we made such a big deal about outside interference in our election. We never worried about what happened on the inside of our elections.
Yeah.
The things that were outlined in what Russia was doing to our election, I mean, come on. It's all such a good fucking plan. It all makes so much sense. It's the smartest shit you could do in the fucking world, dude.
Bro, we go all the way back to JFK. Bro. We know that there was an agreement made. We know. With the fucking USSR. That's what you say it, right? USSR, right? Yeah. The USSR at the time. That was an agreement made. There's no denying that.
Mm-hmm.
Leading to a Cuban Missile Crisis. So let's not act like this shit's new. You don't think they were trying to sway in kings back in the day and priest?
We have always politicked.
If you couldn't be a king, what would you be? A priest. The second most powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Bro, these people search for jobs like this. I swear to God. I've been saying it forever. It goes unnoticed, man, but I'm telling you. People search for positions of power, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bad people.
Yeah.
Bad people, dog. Police officers. Teachers. Priest, anything with power where you can tell someone what to do, bro. They go after it and they abuse it, man. And military.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things that we have left unanswered to most people is, how you deal with power. How do you manage power? I mean, there was one video I watched. There's this woman, she does this like interpretive dance while she's talking, and she pretty much just talks about just like factual shit. Like, she's talking about like capitalism, cronyism, stuff like that. And she's breaking it down. And then she's trying to come to a solution of how we, how do we make power less sexy? How do we make power so unappealing? You know what I'm saying? But
that's a good fucking question.
But there's no answer currently to how you make power sexy. She was saying you just give it away. But what the fuck does that mean? Like, really, you would really have to define what that means to say, just make, I could just give it. Now it has no meaning.
But that is a good point by her.
100%.
That is a good point.
100%.
Give it away. But how do you do that? Right.
Exactly.
That's a very good question.
You just give it to any one single person because not everyone deserves power, but not everyone would use power correctly.
Give you power and not let you hurt me.
Yeah, it seems to be a power kind of like paradox of like,
right, because like immediately when you assume like giving someone power, it means like listening to what they say.
listen to what they say.
About. First thing I think about is like someone tells you do something, you do it.
Listen to say some people will say like that they did not have the ability to hurt you, whatever given way, emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever you want to call it. It's just like when the moment that they can then inflict pain upon you against your will, it's just they have power.
Right.
No matter if that's like I'm a dictator or like in a relationship setting where like your friend doesn't want to talk to you no more. Well, they have the power in that exchange because they're the ones that want to leave, and you're left powerless because you want them to stay, but they're leaving anyway. Like that type of thing. Like,
what the fuck do you power in that one?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have the power. Like, what do you like?
But like physically, if someone wanted to hurt you, you could stop them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they have the power in hurting you.
Yeah, so it's like when the government can come. Well, like power now is like we want to think about is like, well, the government can just come hurt you if they want to. They have that power. But, they just don't go roughing up everybody, just people who are political opponents. But they have that power to go do that. Like that. Like I don't know how you could ever make having power.
It's just a great idea just to think about. It's like I agree on both sides. You give it away. That really is the fucking answer. But how to do that?
Yeah, and what would that mean?
Because power's taken.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Power's not something that you decide to hold on to.
No, power comes after war.
Yeah,
power's taken through your strength and girth.
Yeah. Girthy that power.
Girth. I thought that was a word.
Oh, they said girth. I'm like, yeah.
Maybe I'm not great.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe great. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure though. But girth, girth is power. Girth is power.
Bro. I think it's more about girth than anything.
Way to relate. Yeah, way to stick that one together.
I do believe that. It's more about girth than anything.
So like.
You don't think so?
What? Oh yeah. I think that most people will say that.
Why?
But there's some women who are like, there's something about him pounding my cervix is just different. It's like power.
But that usually hurts. You know what I mean?
I've heard some say where like I can get by that, and then I like it to be pounded. Like something about him knowing they can pound that.
Pounding a pelvis, it's always gonna hurt him.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the same about a woman. There are women who take niners. Just take niners.
I've seen.
She takes niners. Takes a whole niner. What can I
say? Pelvis, it's hurting.
Yeah.
If not, something's wrong.
That's the other thing. There's some
women probably have different pussies though, right? Like.
That's the other thing. People
are probably deeper.
People also circulate that type of information where like someone shared a photo the other day where it's just like, yeah, a vagina may only be like 4 or 5 inches deep, but it widens and deepens for our partner. So like y'all little dick motherfuckers should just stop talking. Like I'm like, who's writing this shit? Who is writing this and circulating this? Like, who's writing this shit?
Is this real knowledge?
Who's writing this shit? Like, goddamn. That's all it is. Like, who's circulating this negative? Like, yeah, I like information, but this is just negative. Like,
what are you doing?
Like, God, like, we can talk about things, Like,
well, I don't know. I mean, if these guys listen, if this is true, I want to know. I want to fucking know because I truly just wonder. Period. Always about like, I guess I could look it up and probably do more knowledge, but like, just the death period is just an average death of a woman's pussy.
Yeah.
Is a woman's pussy an average size? Like,
everyone's different,
That's what I'm saying.
It's probably average depth.
Like an average size,
Probably, I would say, I mean, God,
So you just need
this is the funny thing, bro.
God forbid a big dick guy meet a deep pussy bitch. You know what I mean? And then he's just like, I thought I had a big dick.
She swallowed me.
I didn't feel it. Couldn't even feel a bone.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go speaking from a guy standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a vagina. Never had.
Yeah, what about when you got fucked?
Yeah. What that time you had a vagina? Like, one time you had it, like
for your surgery.
And you went back because you didn't like it. You totally reversed the whole thing.
You're just all mangled up now.
You lost inches, dude. You lost inches. They would transform all that to labia, and you lost. You lost it.
Bro, have you ever seen that surgery?
Yo, they have it on YouTube, dude. They have it on YouTube.
Cool.
They have a YouTube on uncensored, dude.
But that's a bad surgery, dude. That's fucked up. And that, bro, they were like knocking Santis for the governor.
DeSantis, yeah.
DeSantis for saying that he had a great point where he was like, he was talking to the New York governor or something. He was saying like, we won't let 15-year-olds get a tattoo in Florida, but you think they should get a double mastectomy. You know, and I was like, yeah, that's a great point because they are allowing children to do that and be on like hormone supplements and shit like that. It's getting weird, bro. But like I said, when we was talking off cast,
Yeah.
it's all about making you as weak as possible, bro. And people can say like, oh, we're in a new world. This is what, the new man is. Everybody should be their self. Say whatever you want, bro. The number one thing is you better defend yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And like that, and that's just that's the pack mentality. We have as humans. There's a pack mentality. Once there's like 3 or 4 people doing it, well, then it becomes okay for you to do it now.
I'm kind of like spiteful now towards it all, and I wasn't like that in the beginning, bro. I was super like, oh, this is cool. Like, if this is what people are, it's coming out. A lot of people are coming out. Like, so I'm glad people are happy.
It's funny.
And now it's like so far taken off that like literally I'm mad. Like,
it's funny. This crazy. Has come up because I kind of think about this, and it might sound stupid, but I think about like Kanye's thing. Like what if he's right? But like you could just dismiss whatever the fuck he's saying by calling it anti-Semitism, transphobic. Once you make it hateful. Then you know what I'm saying? Like once it becomes hateful, well now you can't even have that conversation. That's transphobic. You cannot talk about that no more. And I hate those things. We can't talk about those things. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
his was pretty bad.
It was terrible.
His wasn't transphobic.
Yeah.
Anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic. I'm saying anti-Semitism. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, what do you think DEFCON 3 is? What do you refer that saying to?
I mean, because
to me it means like all out war.
That's typically those nuclear ratings. Yeah,
it means like all out war.
Oh yeah,
right? So DEFCON 3 to all Jews.
Yeah. It's
right?
some off the wall crazy shit.
I think that's what I'm not getting behind.
But that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
He lost so much money. You see that?
Oh yeah, bro.
Everybody left him, bro.
They said he went from like $2 billion to like 400. Like
Adidas left him today.
Yeah, Gap 2. Everybody's gone.
Everybody
dropped. Everybody, bro. Straight up.
You can't say that shit. Yeah, it's too far, bro.
No, 100%. 100%. But like, that's how you immediately would shut anybody up, especially with the transphobic. It's anti-Semitic. It's transphobic. We would call it racist. I feel like that's weaponized.
Yeah, but
that's weaponized.
But like, there's a lot of people.
Maybe not the best example.
That wasn't the best example. No.
Yeah. But with transphobic,
a lot of people are fighting back on transphobic, though, right? Like we're talking about right now. Like there's Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson. Like, there's plenty of guys like that are fighting back transphobic. No one's fighting back anti-Semitism.
But every single company, everyone's like, okay, hey, we're open to all trans people. You know what I'm saying? There's no other like stance. Like, it's not publicly accepted to be transphobic. You know what I'm saying? That you can't do that.
Every once in a while, you get like that cake shop that wouldn't bake for them gays.
I mean, but like this is how you lock all those conversations. I don't even have to give you a table because you don't deserve to be at that table. Like we can't talk about those things. This is the way it is. You can't talk about that. That's where it becomes dangerous.
Like I seen some woman. She was in college and she was talking the other day about how if you continue, she was like, if you use somebody's pronouns wrong once, that's okay. But if you continue to use the wrong pronouns, you should be fired from your job.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? First of all, on construction sites, you're literally just calling each other cuss words and shit like that all day. You would never ever actually say someone's like pronoun. It's like, do you go around saying he and she? No, you never fucking say he and she in your everyday life. So why the fuck do you think I care about them or that? It's just very fucking confusing.
Who's this? Be more inspiring.
That's Grant.
Is that Grant? God damn, Grant.
Let's go, baby.
Come on, boy. God.
So
give us something.
So you're at the point now where you're literally saying that people should be fired for saying the wrong words. If I'm your boss, I could call you douche. Like that's the truth. I could call you douche. I'm your boss. Like what? It's like literally like it reminds me of like the smallest weak. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know how. I don't want to say I have it figured out, but like it reminds me of like the people that have just decided to be the weakest in society. They need something. They need a way to stay in the fight.
Well, this is the thing, we like ever since we determined that every single human being is deserving of the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. It's like, well, that means every single bad person, quote unquote, that you would have. Every single person gets a shot to come up here and then have this conversation at this table. I mean, like it's just how it is. Like anyone can come in. Good, evil, bad intentions, good intentions, and start defining what society does and start controlling a narrative and start talking about things, start shutting things down. Every single person can do that. You know what I'm saying? We're not We're not really sure the best people are at the table.
Right.
We just worried about anybody can get to this table. Anybody can come and start controlling that conversation. I mean, it's just it's like it kind of brings to like one of our normal themes of there's like there's way too many people, there's way too many things going on, way too many. It's just every single human that comes in this earth can now coexist and live amongst other good intentioned, good-hearted people, whether it be good, bad, ugly, this, that, and the third.
Isn't it just what I'm stressing here, right? Is like just think about how little you care if someone calls you he.
Yes.
It's literally practically irrelevant in day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. No one ever says he. They don't even say him. They don't say anything like that. So long as someone can see that clearly you're doing something different, and they don't use Mr. or Mrs., right? Like I'll be aware enough to be like, okay, I'm not even going to try to figure that out. Thank you. Goodbye. Why the fuck are we arguing over they, them? It just seems like it's their argument. You know what I mean? Like, we all really don't care. Mm-hmm. Like, no one's going to clearly disrespect you. And no one's going to care to respect it.
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
Well, that's the thing. It's like now, like, this is what makes it tough. And some people are really tough to swallow is that, like, some people believe that they are now controlling how, even though we don't give a shit, like, how everybody now reacts and talks about it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to enforce things such as like, well, he used the wrong pronouns, consistently uses them, should be fired.
Or how about it should be in your kid's school book?
Yeah, it's weird. It's a slippery slope, and it like the thing that's becomes tough. Is like we have to be able to talk about both sides. Once you start omitting one side, where it just becomes evil and wrong. Like
you should not be suggesting anything of the sorts in school, bro. School should not suggest your gender. It should not suggest who you have sex with. It should simply be there for knowledge, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Your teacher is not there to teach you moral values. Your teacher is there to teach you facts.
Yep.
Actual history.
Critical thinking. Mathematics.
Application
of it, exactly. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your dad and your mom,
like debate would be really good because not only do you need to have this thought and this ideology or this opinion, you gotta be able to defend it, have it make sense, and have someone pick it apart and not get mad at you.
But nowadays, let's say you did that, right? You lay up this thing, and people just tell you, okay, well, you got 12 people in this debate, 6 versus 6. Okay, well, 11 of them said they got anxiety and they're introverts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And every time they do this, it makes them so nervous they throw up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? No, it's like you make people not even enjoy this shit. You know, what are we gonna do when nobody participates? That's what I always wonder. I always think, man, I talk a fucking lot. What if I didn't talk? In all those rooms I've ever been in, what if I didn't say nothing? What would have happened? Nothing would have got said because these motherfuckers don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's what would have happened. It wasn't gonna go differently. I didn't stop somebody from talking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I mean, like that. It's I mean, most people don't even care to be a part of the conversation. Most people don't even worry about to be a part of the conversation. They'd rather talk about things that they enjoy and but we should enjoy talking about these things. We should enjoy talking about ideas.
Somebody will be laughing inside and eavesdropping on you, but they would never engage in a conversation. Or someone might be thinking about what you're saying as they're eavesdropping on you. You know what I mean? Responding in their head to what you're saying, but they would never say nothing like that.
I mean,
instead they just judge you on those 30 seconds they heard you.
Yeah,
and I mean, like, oh, what a dick.
It's actually funny because I talked to someone at work, and I mean, like, well, there'll be some like the guy Bob. Your Bob is like your typical like conservative dude. He'll say something,
of course,
try to engage it. Sometimes I engage it, or like. Someone will bring something up. I try to talk about it as an idea, as like something that's like debatable or something that's kind of like, well, I see it a little differently. Like what do you guys say about that? Type of deal. Like, I'm looking for feedback. I'm looking for an exchange here. And just like, oh, like here's
you kids don't get.
Here's Steve goes again. He's just like talking crazy, or he's just like, I'm inquiring. I'm sorry. I inquire, poke, ask, try to understand. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to. Why do you see it that way?
And it's funny because you're crazy and you're open to so many things, but then it's like someone's like, yeah, I'm just preparing for the apocalypse. You're like, I'm not that crazy. No, it's like, whatever. Next. Like sometimes you just write it, or like when you meet like a super closed off person.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, you're not even capable of thinking this shit, bro.
I mean, I have plenty of conversations with people where it's just like, hey, like, I don't think that way, like, but I could see why someone might think that way. And they're just like, yeah, and I don't think that you're crazy for not prepping. Like, this is the conversation. It's like, I don't think you're insane for not prepping. Like, I understand it takes a little bit of crazy to prep, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I love those. I love that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people are just able to be like,
be prepared, and you're like,
I get that.
I get
prepared. I think some crazy shit will go down. And that's not what you're preparing for, but I think
not to be prepared.
And
now you reach this middle ground. All I had to do was just talk about it like that.
Yeah. And then like you just ask some questions like, oh, well, what made you want to prepare that way?
Instead of someone being like, the apocalypse is coming.
Yeah.
You need to be ready.
Exactly.
You should be worried. And then you being like,
you've been to the post office? You've been to the post office?
You're crazy.
You don't know what's going on.
You're crazy, dude. Get a life.
That's where people talk about being like kind of like down to earth. Like your head's not in the clouds. Like you're grounded. Because you can express that idea with your head in the fucking sky.
Right.
With no real footing on you. You're floating in nothing. You may go through a cloud or two, but you're just in nothing. When you're grounded and you're just like, yeah, like I can understand why some people might like see I'm a little crazy with how much money I put into like a bunker in the ground. Who buries a bunker in the ground, dude? Only a fucking nut job. You're just like, like shit like that. Like I understand it takes a certain level of crazy, but I also think it takes a certain level of crazy to not believe in an apocalypse. And you're just like, oh yeah, I could see that too. Who knows? You could just go down. It's a conversation. No one's attacking anybody's idea. Nobody's saying your idea is shit. I disagree with your idea. Okay, I want to hear why. Like, it's just I don't know what else you can fucking do.
Goes a far way.
What else you fucking do, man?
It's what we need more of. I love you, dog. That was a great cast. It's time for me to eat. Take it easy. 410 AOD.
Is that like confused nowadays? I shouldn't do that. Like,
come on, keep it down. Keep it down.
Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Chris,
the truth.
Marco, Grant, love y'all.
Cody! I tried something up. We're gonna set something up. I talked to him today. We're gonna figure something out.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a good night.
Love you, dog.
Oh, so